My name is Gary Gregory. I'm president and founder of the Every Great Reason Foundation. And I'm here today because I heard of Karen's compelling story and was immediately engaged in helping to move this important legislation forward. Our foundation focuses on raising awareness, education, victims' rights, and resources for victims of relationship violence. And we created Ellen's Law, which was a byproduct of our own personal circumstances, where we went to meet with the parole board and could not provide direct testimony on why my sister's killer should not be released from jail. We were able to rescind his parole and then immediately created a law that allows all victims in Pennsylvania of violent crime to have a voice in the parole process. Karen's Law is an expansion of that. It allows victims of sexual assault and violent crime to make sure that they don't have to go through this parole process and give their personal impact statement to the parole board on an annual basis.
And what do you think that extension from 1 to 3 years would mean for survivors?
The ability to have the extension of 1 to 3 years for survivors is a critical advance. At present, every year, the criminal has the ability to come forward and seek a hearing with the parole board. That in turn forces the victim to have to be re-traumatized and re-victimized as they tell their story and plead with the parole board the facts on why this criminal should not be released. And by allowing it to go to a rational 3-year time frame, you not only prevent the victims from being re-victimized, but you create a rational, fair, and equitable footing for all involved. It's a really important advance.
Now, you've been through this process before, seeing a bill into law to protect victims. So what do you think happens from here, and what would you say to people that kind of want to help move this along? What would be the call to action?
The call to action is clear. As we saw with the passing of Ellen's Law, we created a national hailstorm that said that this has to happen. Well, the same is exactly required here. The citizens of Pennsylvania, the organizations that are behind it, and most importantly, the legislators, have to recognize this is a clear and compelling need, and it needs to be addressed now. In many respects, it's a modest proposal. It's not transforming a process, it's filling a major gap, a major void and issue that needs to be addressed, and it needs to be addressed now.